What's up, guys? Going for a little walk. It's not the sunniest day, but I figured I'd go ahead and shoot a video. And I was just having a thought to myself that, like, if a chick really digs you, you don't have to have anything, to be honest. Some cases, you don't even have to have a car. I mean, granted, it's cool to always have a place that you live at by yourself, but in reality, you don't have to have like all the flashy material things that you know will be perceived as like value. You don't have to peacock with unnecessary resources and title signals and all that shit, if you want to call it that. All you have to do is be yourself, be confident, and be masculine, of course, and she will sense that. You can create a friends with benefits situation or a pump and dump situation. Just don't allow yourself and don't allow her to put you into a boyfriend role or a beta provider role, if you will. Because what I've learned in my relationships is that I was in these relationships and just something deep down did not feel right. I feel like I was going against my nature, but I couldn't put my finger on it until I took the red pill, of course. And it all just came to me. It just like a lot of this shit just came to me in abundance. I started putting the pieces together in my mind and stuff. So what I recommend is, like, if you find a chick and she's digging on you or whatever, she's on your dick, you know what I'm saying? Because the way you carry yourself, you're masculine, you dress a certain way, you talk a certain way. Of course, fuck her, of course. Do what you have to do with that. Of course, that's what you want anyway. But don't allow her to put you in a situation where you're simping out for the pussy now, or you're using material, flashy things to gain her approval or her love or sex from her and shit like that. Don't, because once you get that off, that you're like a trick, a simp trick, how can she respect you? I tell people, and I tell this to chicks I'm dealing with, I don't lead women with my resources. Bitch, you would never know how much I have in my bank account. I'm a cyclist. I love to fucking ride my bikes. And hell, I ride my bikes to work. Bitch, for all you know, I got a car at home. For all you know, I got a Benz. For all you know, I have a piece of shit car. But it doesn't really matter. It really does not matter. Because if you like me, for me, you're going to just fuck with me because of me. For all you know, I could be homeless. But you like me because of what I'm presenting to you. Not because I'm flashing cash. Not because I got rims on this certain car or some bullshit like that. No, because you like me for me. You want to feel my energy inside of you because you like me for me. Not because of the fact that I could buy you as many drinks as you want. As much shrimp and lobster and steak at fucking Wasabi or Benihana's or some shit like that. Or some high class expensive restaurant. When you lead with your resources, you will lose. Because she's staying as long as you're providing that shit. So the minute you no longer provide that or you lose that, you lose her. So in reality, you pretty much was in a prostitute trick situation. And you put yourself in that position because you led with your fucking resources first. Don't do that dumb shit. Learn some game. Learn some game. Learn how to talk to people. Learn how to talk to women, especially if you want to, get pussy out of a bitch. But don't lead with your fucking resources. I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress it enough. Only thing she should see is you. And if you like to dress nice, she'll like you for the way you dress, the way you talk to her, because you know how to communicate. One thing that's an art to me is words and conversation. I like talking to people, male and female. I'm not gay, but I like talking to people because if you think about the word articulate, you know, it's a form of like knowing how to put words together and pretty much either using those words to compel people into action, into doing something, or to paint a very vivid picture of the way you're communicating. You know what I'm saying? You know, almost to a point like they were there with you, or they could see exactly the details of your words, you know. And if you know how to do that, especially with women, sky's the limit, dude. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. You know, I got on with a little chick yesterday. I was just talking to her. It's funny because I seen her the day before, and it was a receptionist I was talking to at this building, this office building. I'm talking to her, you know, chatting her up and shit like that. And the girl that I got on with yesterday, she comes out and I compliment her. You know, I'm just saying like, wow, you look stunning. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the way she reacted is just like she never even had like a compliment before, like a day in her life. And like she kind of like before, like she had turned away from me, and she kind of like stopped. And then like, you know, she was cheesing hard. And then she started walking. I could tell like by me complimenting her and the way I complimented her and the way my body language was as I was standing there, it really turned her on. So, you know, she walks off and everything. I continued chatting up with the other receptionists that was there. So yesterday I had to go back there, but the receptionist I was talking to wasn't there. But the chick that I compliment, actually, I put her name out there. Her name is Raja. You know, she had a little short little haircut. Little braces and shit like that. It was like a short curl. And so she's there, she's taking care of me, doing my, you know, my stuff that I needed to be, you know, the things I needed to get done there. And she was like, she made a reference to my name, like she said it all, like, I'm not gonna put my name out there, but she had said my name, and she was like saying like in a flirtatious way, whatever, like I'm like, what made you say it like that? She's like, oh, I like your name. So I'm like, you know, what is your name, by the way? You know, I said some other shit, but like, you know, by the way, what is your name? And she told me. Then I just started like going into my little, I don't like to call it a spill. I don't like to call it a pitch. It's just like with each chick that I talk to, depending on the energy that I get from the women, you know, I talk to them differently. Like I don't talk the same way to every chick, because that's like a cookie cutter way of communicating with a chick or people. So if she gives off like a certain energy, and she had a lot of energy, like a lot of energy. I rode my bike there, so I'm like revved up on energy as well, you know. So I was just talking to her and everything, and I eventually, you know, got her number. I said so much stuff to her to make her feel very comfortable, strong eye contact. I can't stress that enough. If you're talking to a woman, you first meet her, you know, you ain't gotta be always close to her. You know, like so, but like when you talking to her, eye contact, you know, because a lot of guys don't give eye contact like that. Anyway, I'm leaving, getting ready to leave the building. She, mind you, have my bike, and it's funny because she had teased me. She's like, "You're stinking up." Like as I was leaving, she's like, "You're stinking up the place." I'm like, "Well, I have to sweat." You know, I didn't say, "Oh, my bad," or anything. I just say, "Oh, well, I have to sweat." You know, I did ride my bike. And she was like, after that I was leaving, then she ran down the hallway. She's like, "What's your favorite food, by the way?" And I was telling her, like, you know, I love salmon, shit like that. She's like, "You know what?" She's like, "We should go out to, you know, Red Lobster or Bahama Breeze. I've never been there before." And I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. And then she's like, and next week, my braces come off, so I won't look like a little kid, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like she was like setting up a date. Now, I don't know. As right now, I don't know. For all I know, she could have been reversing the game on me, where she's like, "All right, this dude showed some interest in me, so I'm going to see if this guy's going to take me out and you know, spend money and time on me, but I'm not going to give him nothing in return." But the fact that she ran down the hallway. Now, I'm not saying like literally ran, but like I was out the building. I was out that office building, down the hallway, and she came out there. Was like, "What is your favorite food, by the way?" So it was like, all right, she shows interest in there, but you know, only time will tell. You know, I'll probably make another video about it, of what happened, you know. But getting back to my point, I was there on my bike. I was in, you know, I had a fucking bike helmet, not on when I was talking to her, but I had on like pretty much cycling gear. I had on cycling gear, and I was smelly because I was sweating. but I still was able to get her number. I was still able, even though she teased me, I didn't take it to heart or anything. And she showed interest, just like I showed interest, you know. And she made a reference like, oh, do you have a car or whatever like that. She was like trying to be funny. And I was like, well, who's to say I have a car? No. But if my bike was my primary mode of transportation, who really cares, right? And she, like, the way she was just like, man, like, she's like, maybe I gotta get a bike and ride with you. I'm like, maybe you should. But she lived in a city called Streetsboro, which is kind of far from the office of where we were. But I'm like, you can get into it. You know, I definitely don't recommend starting off riding from where you live to your job. But, you know, I'm definitely down to, you know, ride with you, you know, at some point in time or whatever. But she was really digging the fact that, you know, I was a cyclist, apparently. You know, she teased me. You know, she came down the hallway. Mind you, I'd already got her number while I was, you know, before I left. And we're just gonna see what's gonna happen. But I didn't brag about like, oh, even if I did have like a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW at home, I didn't say, oh yeah, you know, my car, blah, blah, blah. She did ask me about my position at my job though, because I was going there to do some I-9 information for my employer. And so she did ask me, because she was actually like kind of like processing my ID and my social security card. So I just told her, and she was like, nice. So I don't know, in her mind, she may be thinking like, okay, this guy, he makes some pretty good money because I have a, you know, pretty good position at my job. So time will tell. I mean, granted, I could have said, you know, I work at Burger King or whatever. You know, I could go that route just to see if a chick really want to fuck with me because of who I am and not because of my occupation or title status. But we will see what happens. But I just wanted to put it out there, like, regardless of what you do for a living, if you have a job or don't, just make sure you lead with your personality and not your resources, even if you do have them. You know, and if you know, especially if you like the chick or something like that. I ain't saying that you should get in relationships, but don't put yourself in a position where she's looking at you as like a provider now. Just like me for who I am. If we fuck, okay, cool. I'm not trying to be like your friend or your male tampon or whatever, your emotional tampon. You know, we can fuck and we can be friends with benefits, and that's it. But this is my video, GQ MGTOW. I appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until future videos, I'll see you again. Peace. Thanks.